Welcome back to Steins Gate. Last time, Okarin managed to cancel out Moeka's D-mail by sending a text from Tanoji, and now they have the IBN 5100 in their possession, and they can start fixing things and get onto that beta world line. So that's why we're picking things up. He's asking Kurisu and Daru to help, so let's just get into it. Please hear me out, or else Mayuri will die, and in 26 years, the world will be ruled by CERN. Suzuha's sacrifice will have been for nothing. Daru claps me on the shoulder, then smiles broadly and thrusts his thumb skyward.
別にあんたのためにクラッキングするんじゃないんだからね。
It's not like I'm cracking for you or anything, okay?
これはひどい。
Oh god. I burst out in laughter. Sir Super Hacker, Sundere version, is here to save the day. I couldn't have asked for a better right-hand man. As Daru hooks the IBN 5100 to his PC, I explain the situation one more time. Let's hope this is the last. I really hope it actually explains it instead of just going, I explained it, and then this is what happened, because I could do with a recap.
つまり、すべての元凶は俺が最初にダルに当てて送ったメールにある。
This all happened because of the very first D-mail I sent to Daru.
それがセルンのエシュロンに捕らえられてしまったせいでラウンダーに目をつけられた。
CERN intercepted that D-mail with Echelon and figured out what it meant, then sent their rounders after us.
結果、マユリは殺され、俺たち3人はセルンに拉致され、タイムリープマシンは強奪される。
They will kill Mayuri, kidnap us, and steal the time leap machine. Some years after that, I assume, Daru and I escape and form the resistance, to which Suzuha belonged.
どれだけ回避しようとしてもダメだった。世界はアトラクタフィールド理論により同じ結末へと収束してしまう。
I tried to save Mayuri, but nothing worked. Every world line converged on the same result, just as attractor field theory said they would.
それもし全部妄想だったらオカリンはラノベ作家になれると思うお。
You know, if this is all in your head, I think you've got a career as a light novel author ahead of you. Okay. Illustrated novels targeted primarily at teenage and young adult males. Cover artwork often depicts cute girls. Although light novels can deal with just about any subject matter, recent years have seen a trend towards stories about teenage boys meeting cute girls and winding up in extraordinary situations. Okay.
事実だ。すべてな。
It's true. All of it.
マユリの死を避けるためには
To prevent Mayuri's death, and to free Suzuha's future from CERN,
アルファ世界線から脱出するしかない。これまでに歪ませた事象をすべて取り消すことでそれは可能になると俺は考えている。
we need to escape from the Alpha World line, and I think we can do that by cancelling all of our changes to the timeline so far.
つまり目指すべきは俺がダルに最初の D メールを送る前のベータ世界線。
That should return us to the Beta World line, the world line that existed before I sent that first email.
そこへ到達するためエシュロンに捉えられた最初のメールデータをセルンのデータベースから削除しなくてはならないのだ。
There's just one more step. We need to erase the first email from CERN's database. If what Suzuha said is correct, then erasing that data will take us over 1% divergence and back to the Beta World line. It was just one short email, barely 36 bytes, but it changed the course of human history. The butterfly effect.
面白いわね。
Fascinating. Kurisu mutters as she sips her hot coffee. It looks like she's already recovered from her exhaustion.
マキセ氏は信じるん？
You believe him, Mikiseshi?
仮説としてはね。できれば客観的データが欲しいところだけど、それはさすがに無理だし。
In theory, I'd like to see objective data, but that's obviously impossible.
安心しろ。お前が改良を施したタイムリープマシンの出来はガチだった。
Relax. Your time leap machine worked perfectly.
当然でしょ。
Of course it did. She doesn't deny it. That's just like Kurisu.
それに IBN5100 でのハッキングはもともと予定してたことだし。
Besides, we were already planning to crack CERN's database, weren't we?
とにかくアクセスしてみて、もしそこにメールデータが存在していたなら、岡部の言葉は事実だと証明される。
Fine. Let's see what's in there. If the mail data exists, then it's proof that what you said is true.
要するに考えるな、感じるんだということですね。わかります。
So what you're saying is don't think, feel. Got it.
いや、逆にわかんないけど。
You lost me.
考えるよりやってみろということだ。
What he meant to say was don't think, do. Daru extracts his massive body from the space behind the desk, plops himself down on the chair, and wipes away his sweat.
つなぎ終わったお。ちょっと設定いじらないとダメだけど、10分しないうちに始められる。
Done bridging them. I need to tinker with the settings a little, but we should be up and running in about 10 minutes.
よし。
Alright.
それにしても元凶となった最初のメールね。
So the first email started everything.
それってあれでしょ？ ATF で見せてもらったやつ。
Was that the one you showed me at ATF?
私が死んでたとかなんとか。
The one that said I died or something?
そうだ。ラジカンでお前が殺されているのを目撃した俺は、ダルにそれを伝えるメールを送った。ダルはたまたま電話レンジカッコ仮の実験中で、放電現象が起きて。
Right. I found you dead at Radican and sent Daru an email. Daru happened to be experimenting on the phone wave, name subject to change at the time, so the discharge phenomenon occurred and the mail was... Has he just realised that maybe reverting to the Beta World line will kill Kurisu? Like, if she was dead there, and then he sent the change and it reversed everything and sent him to this world line, where Mayuri is dying, like, yes, he can save her and... Well, I guess it's not just about saving Mayuri on this world line, though, because CERN also takes over the world. So, I guess it's... What's the better outcome? Just Kurisu's death, or Mayuri's death and CERN's takeover? I don't think he has thought of this yet until he said this. My voice trails off. Something is telling me to stop. Fear rises in my chest, a sudden terrible certainty that I am missing something vital. I frantically replay the conversation in my head. We must cancel all of our changes to the timeline so far. The very first email started it all. The one that said I died or something. Return to the world line that existed before I sent the first email. An icy fist seizes my heart, and I turn to Kurisu with a look of pure terror. Our eyes meet. Those eyes of hers no longer show the sharp defiance from when we first met. Instead, they glow warmly with the light of curiosity.
何よ?
What? I was right. I had missed something vital. Something dire. The world line I set my sights on to save Mayuri. The world line upon which Suzuha staked her hope for the future. The world line I am at last poised to reach at the end of this long struggle. On that world line, Mayuri lives. On that world line, CERN fails. And on that world line, on the 8th floor of Radican, Mikise Kurisu dies. Oh. Okay. Chapter finished, and we're on to chapter 10. I thought that I had found the solution, that everything would be all right. But the equation was meaningless. I had solved nothing. Instead, I am left with a terrible choice. Mayuri or Kurisu? One of them must die. Radican is still off limits. They haven't yet repaired the hole that Suzuha's time machine made. I look down through the hole at the streets of Akiba. From up here, they look narrow and stifling. Across the way, a train rumbles by. I watch the yellow-striped cars move past. I came here because I wanted to be alone. The day before yesterday, I abruptly cancelled the attempt to hack CERN. Kurisu and Daru demanded an explanation, but I just couldn't give them one. The decision has paralysed me. 2 days later, I am still nowhere close to finding an answer. What do I do? 2 weeks ago, on July 28th, Dr. Nakabachi held a press conference in this very spot. The same day, Kurisu was murdered. Let's say we go through with the plan and delete the first email I sent, the one about Kurisu's death, from CERN's database. That would return us to the Beta World line, where it all began. What would happen then? According to my predictions, our friend, lab member number 4, Mikise Kurisu would disappear. Someone who died on July 28th cannot be alive now, on August 15th. That would defy causality. A time paradox. That world line has already rejected her existence. The moment we erase the D-mail, Kurisu will cease to exist. And so, I am left with 2 options. Option 1. Hack CERN with the IBN 5100 and erase the first D-mail I sent, thus returning to the Beta World line. Kurisu will disappear, but Mayuri will live. CERN will never build a time machine and the future will be free. Option 2. Don't hack CERN. Keep living here on the Alpha World line. Mayuri will die. So will Moeka and FB. Kurisu will likely be kidnapped by CERN, but at the very least she won't die. With her research, CERN will gain control of space-time, and the future will be a dystopia where no one is free.
どちらか選べ。だと。
And I'm supposed to choose? I mean, obviously, it's a tough decision for Okarin. Like, I understand that. But I feel like looking at it, like, surely you should reverse it. Like, it is awful that Kurisu would have to die. But it's not just a choice of Kurisu versus Mayuri. It's Kurisu or Moeka, FB, Mayuri. Essentially the entire world. And as awful as it is, she kind of loses in that situation. Not that I don't understand why it would be hard for him to come to that decision. Like, it's not a position anyone wants to be in, and it's not a decision anyone has to make. Especially because he's just like an 18-year-old kid who has accidentally got involved in all this. He's not someone who, he's not a world leader who is someone who might be expected to have to make these sort of decisions. He's just a kid in Tokyo who has happened to get involved in all of this. Like, it sucks for him. Phew. Well, ridiculous. I choke out a laugh. How am I, of all people, supposed to make that choice?
こんなの選べるわけないだろ。
There's no way. I don't really care about the future, whether it's free or ruled by CERN. I know I should care. Suzuha entrusted her wish to me. Doesn't that make it my responsibility? But still, it doesn't seem quite real. 20 years is a long time. Right now, only Mayuri and Kurisu matter. I must choose which to save. If I had been given this choice back on July 28th, before this had all started, I probably would not have hesitated to abandon Kurisu and save Mayuri. But it's not July 28th, it's August 15th. I've spent 2 long weeks with Kurisu. She's one of us now, an integral part of the lab. And as I leapt through time again and again, she was the person I relied on most. Always calm, always thoughtful, always ready with a new hypothesis, always there to give me a push when I needed it most. I wouldn't even have the time leap machine if not for Kurisu. It's thanks to her I made it this far. After all she's done for me, there's no way I can abandon her now. But nor can I let Mayuri die. Everything I've done, I did to save her. I would give anything, even my own life, to see her safe. More than anything, I want her to live. No matter what, I won't let her die.
結局どっちも選べない。選べるわけがない。
I can't choose. I can't. Kill Kurisu or kill Mayuri. That is what this choice comes down to.
こんな結末なのかよ
Is this how it ends? I drive my fist into the wire fence.
鈴葉やフェイリスやルカ子や萌えかみんなの思いを犠牲にしてまでたどり着いたのがこんな結末なのかよ
Suha, Haris, Lukako, Moeka, is this what I sacrificed your memories for? Is there no other option? No way to save them both? What if I use Suzuha's time machine? I could return to the Beta World Line, then use her time machine to travel to July 28th. No, that won't work. The reason Suzuha leapt to 2010 was to prevent CERN from creating a dystopia that only occurs on this world line. On the Beta World Line, she'll have no reason to leap to 2010. Suzuha's time machine won't exist, so I won't be able to use it. Alright. Then what if I send Kurisu a warning via D-mail? It could say, don't go to Dr. Nakabachi's presentation. No, that won't work either. Remember, causality converges. Kurisu's death is inevitable on the Beta World Line, just as Mayuri's is inevitable on this world line. No matter what I do, fate will ensure her death.
ダメだ
There's no way. I slowly sink to the floor with my back against the fence.
俺は助けられない
I can't save her. I'm powerless against the will of fate. What should I do? What should I do? Maybe Mayuri doesn't die on the current world line. I cancelled Moeka's D-mail. Plus, I haven't had an opportunity to check the divergence meter since. Might there be a chance? If the pattern continues, Mayuri's death has been pushed back to the night of the 17th. If Mayuri doesn't die between 7 and 8 PM that night, then I won't have to face this horrible decision. I know it's unlikely. I understand that from all my experiences so far. But still, I can't help but cling to that hope. Mayuri and Kurisu. If I can just save them both, then I don't care if the future is ruled by CERN. I'll betray Suzuha's dream, if that's what it takes. So please, let Mayuri live. To whom should I make this desperate plea? God? Fate? The universe itself? Either way, I am just one insignificant human among billions. Will my prayers truly reach? I already know what the answer will be. And that knowledge, that certainty, is despair. Komima runs for 3 straight days, from the 15th to the 17th. On the last day, I go with Mayuri and stay with her from morning until Komima closes. It's not really my thing though, and the crowd is ridiculous, so I wait off to the side with Mayuri's bags. From time to time, Mayuri appears with new bags for me to guard, and usually a snack for us to share, but most of the day I spend alone. To some extent, I'm here to escape reality, to empty my mind and forget my fears. But even when I close my eyes, I can still hear the footsteps of death approaching. We're finally home. It's already dark by the time the bus drops us back at Akiba. Mayuri is dragging her costume case behind her. I'm carrying bags covered in moe artwork and loaded with doujinshi. These are all Mayuri's purchases, not mine. I can't believe she bought so much. I guess the reason she doesn't cosplay herself is that she's too busy shopping. We get off the bus and just stand there for a while.
マユリはこれからどうするんだ？まっすぐ家に帰るか？
What are you gonna do now? Head straight home?
ラボに行こうと思ってたんだよ。
Actually, I was thinking of going to the lab.
何か用事が？
Need something?
特にないけどね。オカリンと一緒に久々にのんびりしたいなって。
Not really, but it's been a while since I got to relax with Okarin.
ちょっとお腹が空いたからね。途中でジューシー唐揚げナンバー1を買うの。
I'm a little hungry, so I'll buy some juicy chicken number 1 on the way. Maybe Mayuri wants a taste of normalcy again, now that the chaos of Komima has ended. I can't begrudge her that. I stifle a groan and shrug my shoulders.
じゃあ帰るか。
Back to the lab then.
ねえねえオカリン。今日はね、どうしてマユシーについてきてくれたの？
Hey Okarin, why did you come with Mayushi today?
これまでは一度もコミマに一緒に行ったことないよね。オカリンは萌えには興味ないもんね。
You've never come with me to Komima before. You're not interested in Moe, right?
ロボットアニメにも興味はある。
I like robot anime. But not so much that I'd line up early in the morning for Komima each year, like Daru and Mayuri do.
で、どうして今日は付き合ってくれたの？
So why did you come with me today?
それは。
Well, to confirm your death. Those words pop into my head, but I quickly shake them away. Why am I so set on Mayuri dying? I want her to live, remember?
それは？
Well,
気まぐれだ。
I just felt like it.
そっか。
Oh. Suddenly, silence. A downhearted frown replaces the usual smile on Mayuri's face. Did my answer upset her? But it's not like I could tell her the truth. How do you tell someone they're going to die?
ルカ子が。
Lukaku... I frantically tried to smooth things over.
コスプレして恥ずかしがっているところを見て笑ってやろうと思ったのだが来ていなくて残念だった。
I thought maybe you'd managed to get Lukaku to cosplay, so I came to laugh at him. Too bad he didn't come.
ルカ君、絶対大人気になっちゃうのにね。
Yeah, Lukaku would be super popular if he did come, though.
いろんなブログに画像アップされまくってね。新聞社のニュースサイトにも載って海外にも紹介されちゃったりするよ。
People would take his picture and post it all over the internet. Then everyone in the world would see how cute he is.
そしたらルカ君はワールドワイドなスーパースターなの。で、マユシーはそれを見て遠いところに行っちゃったなーって 思いを馳せるのです。
And after he became a superstar, Mayushi would see him on TV and think, wow, he's gone so far.
本当にそうなりそうだから困る。
It's scary because it's true.
ねえ、オカリン。
Suddenly, Mayuri turns around and peeks at my face as she walks backwards.
今日はね、ありがとう。
Thank you for today.
なんだ突然。
Why are you thanking me?
だってね、さっきも言ったけど、オカリンと一緒にコミマ来たの初めてだもん。
Well, like I said, this is the first time Okarin's ever come to Komima with me.
マユシーは結構嬉しかったよ。
It made Mayushi really happy. A smile finally returns to Mayuri's face.
あ、でもね、次はオカリンもコスプレしてくれるともっと嬉しいかも。
Ah, but you know what would make me even happier? If you cosplay next time.
ああ、考えておく。
Yeah, I'll think about it. That's right. Don't think negative thoughts. Think about a fun, bright future.
いいの？本当に？
Really? You'll cosplay for me?
マユリ自身もコスプレして参加するならな。
Only if you cosplay too.
それだけじゃなく、ルカ子とそれとクリスティーナも呼ぼう。二人にコスプレさせるよう説得しろ。
Lukaku too. And Christina, of course. Convince them to cosplay first.
そこまでできたなら、真打ちとしてこの俺が狂気のマッドサイエンティスト王院京馬としてコミマに降臨しようではないか。
If you manage that, then I, the great and insane mad scientist Hoenn Kyoma, will grace Komima with my August presence. The next Komima takes place this winter. We'll all be there, as if none of this ever happened. All of us, laughing and smiling together. Just imagine a future like that.
そっか、道は険しいね。
Wow, that's gonna be tough.
でもね、今ちょっと想像してみたらとっても楽しそう。
But it sounds really fun too.
それにクリスちゃんはコスプレに興味津々みたいだったし、脈あるかも。
Besides, I think Chris-chan secretly wants to cosplay, so there's hope.
マユシ、頑張ってみるね。
Mayushi's gonna do her best. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it here because scene change feels like a good place to stop for now. But yeah, I highly doubt that they've saved Mayuri. I kind of feel like, you know, I understand Okarin wanting confirmation and he can just time leap back when it happens. Because obviously, if she doesn't die, great. All of his problems have been solved. He can just stay here, let Sun take over the world, whatever. He doesn't care. I just think that's too easy. She's gonna die. What he really needs to do, somehow, is come up with a way to get onto a third world line with both of them alive. I don't know if that's possible, but I kind of see that as maybe the only way he can save both of them. If he does save both of them, I feel like we are getting near the end of the game, and I wouldn't be surprised if one of them does die. Like, this doesn't necessarily feel like a game that's going to have, you know, a completely non-bittersweet ending. Like, I could see it having a happy ending, but, you know, a bittersweet one. Like, we've lost people, but we've saved the world. I don't know. We'll find out, maybe, next time. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you then.